I now convene our third meeting, a meeting of the Board of Directors, so the numbers are getting smaller, first we're thanking the current members. We're thanking them, and they have served as officers along with Patty. My dear friend Patty Krogan first, Jerry Greiman, Bob Millstone, Bob Newmark, Mike Oberlander, Ruth Raskus, Harvey Wallace, and Jane Rudman Weiss. Now, nominees for the 2015-16 term. Harvey N. Wallace, Board Chair. Tim Stern, Vice Chair, Campaign. David Kaslow, Vice Chair, Endowments and Planned Giving. Mike Oberlander, Vice Chair, Finance, Treasurer. Sue Schlichter, Vice Chair, Planning and Allocations. Jerry Greiman, Vice Chair, Strategic Planning. Ken Kransberg, At-Large Secretary, and Patty Krogan, Immediate Past Board Chair. Do I have a motion from the directors to elect the nominated officers? Second? Thank you. All in favor, please say aye. All opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Hearing none, the officers are elected unanimously. Our elections are now concluded and all trustees, directors, and officers are duly installed. Would all of those elected this evening please stand and accept our thanks? Congratulations to each of you. Thank you for your time, commitment, and service to our community. In closing, on behalf of Bob Millstone and the whole community, I would like to thank the members of the Board Development and Nominating Committee for their work in this vital process. Paul Flotkin, Phil Frischer, Randy Green, Lisa Gravere-Barnes, Brad Gross, Mike Lefton, Ruth Raskus, Rabbi Brigitte Rosenberg, Betsy Rubenstein, Sherry Schumann, and Ian Silberman. And thanks to each of you for your patience and participation. I truly appreciate it.
Good evening. I'm Harvey Wallace, and I'm truly honored to be elected to serve as board chair of our Jewish Federation. Our federation was founded, we'll put that back together. Our federation was founded in 1901, and I'm sure each of my distinguished predecessors made an indelible mark on the community. I will do my best over the next 2 years to live up to the legacy I'm inheriting. In fact, as I will describe tonight, my own goals are to continue the work that was begun over the last decade in transforming Federation into a community-building organization, one whose mission is not simply to fundraise, but rather, as Andrew earlier described, one in which we fundraise in order to build and strengthen our community. I want to thank Patty Krogan, who has been our board chair for the last 2 years, and who will continue in a leadership role for the next 2 years as immediate past chair of the board. You see, we don't let great leaders get away. Unlike many of you, I really did not know Patty until she became board chair. After working together, I must tell you, Patty is compassionate, insightful, energetic, very organized, and committed to our Jewish community. Under her leadership, I believe our mission of mobilizing the Jewish community and its human and financial resources to preserve and enhance Jewish life in St. Louis, Israel, and around the world is in a better place and more advanced than when she began her term as chair. Please join me in thanking Patty for her service as chair of our Jewish Federation. In accepting your nomination, I want to give you a sense of who I am and why I was interested in taking on this role. And perhaps most important, I want to give you a sense of the broad theme that I hope shapes my term as board chair, for it is a theme that embodies this evening: building and strengthening our community. Becoming your board chair was not a position I ever contemplated. I became a board member of the Federation because I called Sherry Weintraub to request that she nominate me for a board position. Is Sherry here tonight? My previous board experiences at the Jewish Community Center and JF&CS provided insight for me as to the interaction between the Jewish Federation and its agencies. As a board member of a beneficiary agency, I was on one side of the table. Both agencies receive significant allocations and provide important services to our community, and both the JCC and JF&CS are exceptional partners. But I made the decision that I needed to learn what it was like to be on the other side of the table. So I called Sherry. She agreed to nominate me on one condition, and that one condition, she made me promise to attend the meetings. Sherry, I hope you will agree I fulfilled my commitment to you. I was exposed to volunteerism as opposed to philanthropy at an early age. My parents, Sidney and Mary, of blessed memory, did not have the financial means, but they did have the time and desire to give back. My father was a member of the Jewish War Veterans and B'nai B'rith and was a volunteer fireman in University City. And because he was a volunteer fireman, I got to ride the fire trucks. My mother, who worked out of the home, could never say no when she was asked to help. I got that trait from her. So early on, giving your time to help others was ingrained in me. My first volunteer experience in the Jewish community was at Covenant House, working with Bonnie Solomon, who was the executive director, and Alan Essman. And when we started our firm, one of our first clients and a gentleman who became a close friend was Marvin Wool. From Marvin and many other clients, I learned the joy of giving. I have been fortunate, as our business has grown, to spend time with many generous individuals. I saw what made them successful and what made them happy.